To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go from Miami. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Burrow from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Burrow to the air now. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To throw again, it's Burrow. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
New set of downs for him from the 46. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Bails out of the pocket quick. Hauled in by Waddle. And this play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here. Chasing him down outside that pocket, but it looked pretty clear, Brock. He should have pulled up instead of making that hit anyway.
These defenders can't help themselves. All right, the QB's got red jerseys in practice, can't hit them in training camp, and when they get out of the pocket, and you know every one of these guys wants to lay a lick on them, they just don't have the control and discipline.
If you ever doubted he was a former QB. On 1st down, here's Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Chance to stack some momentum if they can turn this turnover into 6. It's 1st and goal. He brings it in. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Tua off the play fake. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins parlay the interception into points. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Burrow out of the shotgun. Throw finds Jamar Chase. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Finds his man Chase. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Completed over the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Miami in just a moment. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here. Burrow setting to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Brown reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals tie this game 7-7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with Achane. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Tua now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you've got to execute and convert on these third downs.
They send the tight end in motion. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 23. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jordan Brooks comes up with it. At the 20. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Washington now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They bring Higgins in motion left. After the pick, here's Burrow again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he'll get it up to the 27.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. That one's cut along the left sideline. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Going with Brown on the ground. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line. It's the 2-minute warning here in the 1st half. And it's the Bengals dealing with 2nd and 13. Burrow back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, Burrow to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle the line. Another try following the sack. Oh, he lost the football. But I think someone on the Bengals got back on top of that one. And yes, they did. Bengals football. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Now it's Brown. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's Brown again. And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Butker knocks it through, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And his choice to leave the end zone going to cost him a small chunk here as he's out shy of that 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff running left, A-Chain. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 11. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. That one's out and cut on the right side. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He'll get this one to Connor. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa again. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. This will be cut by Connor. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd down run from Achane. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Working quickly here. 1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. Searches, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's Achane up the middle. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's the gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. A-Chain on the inside give. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They motion the tight end over. 2nd down carry for A-Chain. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Tua setting up to throw. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. Pretty automatic look for him from the left. Bertolet able to knock it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they'll likely be very protecting of the only one they've got remaining. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Three-quarters in the books from this one. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Now Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And that brings up 4th and long. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff to A-Chain. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bengals' 34-yard line.
A-Chain again. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. Buys time, rolling right. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Running forward, it's A-Chain. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Trying again with A-Chain. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Dolphins go up by 2 scores. 13 points in the 4th. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Washington now to return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Bengals. Burrow setting up the play action. Trying for the deep ball. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one misses the tight end. So they're left facing third and long. To throw again, it's Burrow. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Blitz coming, Tua. He's on the move. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. He's got it inside the 10. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Tua off the play fake. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins have likely locked up the win right there. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Washington now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set, first and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Play action now, Burrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Throwing now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be third and long. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
There was a theory some years ago, Kate, that you would never run play action on third and extra long like this because that play action is really not going to affect the defense. But what you got to understand is many times you're running that play action because of the great protection. You're actually trying to give that quarterback an extra beat. Well, it didn't work out that time.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. On the move, headed right. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball, it's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
Receiver in motion, going left. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Finds his man, Waddle. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, short of the 15. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's Tua again. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins continue piling onto this lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. All right, one more snap to play here. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here.